Check one, two, two.
Two, three. Test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Louisville. We're glad to have you here. We invite you to stand and sing our opening song with us. This one's kind of a call and response, so you've got a little easy. You'll know exactly what's coming. What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good?
Prosperity,
Prosperity,
I claim it.
I claim it.
Abundance,
Abundance,
is mine.
it is mine.
Love,
Love
flows through me.
flows through me.
I feel joy,
I feel joy
all the time.
all the time.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim
It
it.
is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have
I deserve it.
it. I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine.
It is mine. Peace
Peace
fills my heart.
fills my heart.
I surrender.
I surrender
Everything.
everything.
Health
Health
is my birthright.
is my birthright.
Passion
Passion
helps me sing.
helps me sing.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. Yeah. Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. I release
And let go.
and let go.
I accept.
I accept
what is mine.
what is mine.
I can have.
I can have
what I want.
what I want.
And let spirit.
And let spirit
direct the flow.
direct the flow.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Life is great.
Life is great.
This song is done.
Hey, you may be seated. Good morning, Unity of Louisville. How are you this morning? Yeah, I got a beautiful day outside. Are you loving this weather? Ah, I even enjoyed the cool last night a little bit. So it was kind of fun. It's like, okay, wait, just a little break. Chill it off a little bit before we get back into a later week, which is going to be filled with lots of sun and the warmth, right? The warmth of our surroundings and how important that is to us. This morning I had a little interesting moment in my house, and you know, it's a challenge for Mom to get to church. You know, she's now got the walker, and it's just tough. Just getting the energy for her to get up and get about sometimes can be difficult. And so I went in there and I said, we've got about an hour and 10 minutes, and she moves slow, so I have to be patient. And I was coming down the hall, and I smelled her perfume. And so I just stopped. and said, she's going to church today. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If I'm late picking Laird up, none of that matters. She's going to church. She had the will, the strength, the power, the love for herself and for this church to be a part of this collective soul, this collective consciousness that we are called Unity of Louisville. And so thank you, Mom, for being here today. My caregiver's not there, so that always adds to the challenge, right? It does. Good morning. I'm Reverend Bobby Kaiser, the senior minister here at Unity of Louisville. And it's an honor to serve you in any and every way. A real blessing to me. All right, so let's have our opening prayer. Frank, do our opening prayer for us.
Good morning. My name is Frank Nussbaum, and I am the prayer chaplain ministry leader. We start off by lighting this candle as a symbol of the radiant Christ light that shines in all of us. And now we're also going to ring this bowl to bring us together in loving kindness, in open-heartedness, and friendship. And as we feel the vibrations of this bowl, let's all take a deep breath and inhale, picturing a radiant light going into our hearts, and ignite that divine spark that's within us, that's within our hearts, where love dwells. And as we exhale, let's release monkey mind, release everything that prevents us from being present right here, right now, at this sacred space, in this sacred time, in this communal room where we're all together as one. And we know that we are divine beings. We know that. And we know that we are all connected. And we know that in our hearts, in this divine space, we have a thing called unconditional love. And through this, we have built a beautiful community, and we have made connections with one another, and we have friendships. And we know that in this community, in our families, and throughout the world, we know how important these friendships and these connections are. We know that in our families there is hurt. In this community there is hurt. And we also know that we live in a world that sometimes tries to teach separateness, tries to promote separateness. We know that our egos and our own hurt sometimes helps us to see the illusions that we are separate, helps us to judge, and helps us to see things that maybe are not as accurate as we may think they are, because we know that deep down in that heart space, we know the truth is that we all are one, that we have built beautiful friendships, and we are so grateful for this connected, loving community that we now have. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning. I'm Deanna O'Daniel. Welcome here, friends. I will be your service leader today. At Unity, our mission is empowering people to live a spiritual life. We invite you to listen and receive what resonates with you, because wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. If you're joining us online, there is please press the chat button, or the share buttons, pardon me, so that more people can enjoy the service with you. Today's message will be shared by Reverend Dr. Jerry Boylan, and we are blessed with the special music of Janet and Lisa Eisenprice. We also give thanks for our music team, hospitality team, audio-visual crew, readers, and every person who quietly supports the spirit of this service. Our prayer chaplains who are here to pray with you today after the service are wearing their blue prayer shawls. Chaplains, would you please stand so that we can acknowledge you? Okay, great. We have Judy and we have Frank. All right. Okay. All right. Let us take a moment to appreciate the many hands and hearts that it takes to put on our morning service. If you're here with us for the first time this morning, we are so glad you're here. If you feel comfortable, please raise your hand so that we can share a little gift with you. A candle that shows that the radiant light of God is already within you. Do we have any new people today? Okay. All right. If you're here for the first time online, please drop your name into the chat so that we can celebrate you too. You can always learn more about our community at unityoflouisville.org. Now let us turn to our neighbors and greet one another from our seats with a namaste greeting. At this time, Liz Nussbaum will be coming forward to read the daily word that guides us in spirit.
Good morning. Today's daily word is friendly. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone into his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am sharing one of the great lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, job, church, or town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These simple memories inspire me to be friendly now. Matthew 25:35 says, "For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me." Repeat the thing with me, whatever that is. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. Thank you.
We now enter our sacred time of meditation. As we sing our meditation song, a prayer chaplain will bring forward the prayer request.
I realized that I forgot to introduce our wonderful music team today. So let me just take a minute to welcome Winton on piano, Rob on drums, and Jenna on bass, and Amina and Elsa are singing with me, and I'm Jody. Please join us in the singing of the Lord's Prayer.
O heavenly Spirit, who in love abideth, we worship thee, we praise thy holy today. Oh, give us grace to meet the coming morrow. Forgive our debts as others we forgive. Now leave us not, thy children in temptation, and from all error thou deliverest us. Thine is the kingdom, thine the power and glory, world without end, forevermore. Amen.
And so we continue in that meditative state of consciousness, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Becoming present in this space, in this very moment. Letting our mind know that while it may be racing or have things going on in the rest of our lives, that we appreciate all that. And yet, right now, we choose to be in a space of peace, solemnness, quiet, in a place of just being. And so with gratitude, that part of your body just takes a seat and patiently awaits as you go into that deep, deep, deep inner space, into that divine compass of your truth, your knowing, your being, your awareness. And that brings us to the body, knowing that it's important for us to go to that space. Our body must be in alignment with that. And so we notice that our head is connected to our neck space, which can hold tension. And so right now we release that tension out into the ethers, relaxing our neck and our shoulders. Letting go. We continue on down through the back and the waist, grounding ourselves to the pew. And then on to our legs and our calves and our feet. Ultimately, being seated in presence. Being seated as presence. I am presence. You might imagine with me 2 lines of people in your life. Maybe some are from this church. Some are in your family, personal life. Imagine 3 or 4 on each side. Maybe some you like and some you don't. Maybe some like you and some don't. And that's okay. That's okay. And so you stand at the head of this line, these 2 lines. And as you walk down, you go to each person, one at a time. You go to the first one. Perhaps this person loves you. And so you appreciate that. You see that in their eyes, in their hearts. You feel the energy of their love that is connected to you. And so like Catherine Ponder does, we bless them with our wellspring of love. And then you go to the next person. Maybe it's across the line, and maybe it's someone that you're not quite so as excited to see. Someone that's been challenging in your life, maybe in this church, maybe in your family. And you walk up to them, and it's not the same vibration in love. But that's okay, because you know the gift, you know the tool. The tool is the wellspring of love. And so you bless them with all you have. And say, I love you. And move to the next person. As you come to the next person, you just feel the love, the light. They're smiling, and they just exuberated to see your presence in front of them. They reach out and grab your hands and say, I love you. I love you. And you begin to notice your heart and how you feel in that moment. The light, the connection, the aura that is together, the vibration, just pure synergy. And you bless them with your wellspring of love. And you continue going on and on down through the line, noticing those who you love dearly and those not so much. But when you get to the end, you just bring your heart back to awareness, to mindfulness of what Jesus said. Love thy neighbor as I love thyself. We're reminded that we don't need someone to love us, to love them. We don't need to like someone and yet be able to love them in the collective consciousness of love. This is our truth today. As we have the energy workers, the prayer chaplains, the oneness blessing givers surround this room, giving us their love and their light, their energy. I invite you to take that idea into your heart. Just see your heart as a wellspring, flowing and flowing and flowing out into the world, no matter the circumstances, no matter what's going on in your life, no challenges, whatever it is. See that wellspring of love shooting out hearts and just vibrations of the Christ consciousness that we are. And now we go into 2 minutes of silence. as we begin to bring our attention back to this room, to our physical reality, we bring back that delicious wellspring that is ours. No one can stop it. No one can take it away. It's ours to share. Our love. And so, notice your physical body right now, your toes, your fingers, your legs. You're alive. You're here. You are blessed. And so it is. Amen.
The road is long with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know she would not encumber me. She ain't heavy, she's my sister. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way to there, why not share? And the load doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
Crasher, I know you were expecting Reverend Dr. Jerry, and I apologize for that. He's going to do the third. He traded me. There's sometimes in your ministerial path that things have to shift, things have to change, and it's hard to sit through that sometimes, isn't it? Change, shift. Thank you for that song because, yeah, you're my brother, you're my sister, you're my family. We are one. But do we really believe that? That's the question. Oh, we can go to Sunday service and we can affirm that all day long, but is that what we're embodying? Is that what we're living? That's the question today. Is that your truth? The world just seems so unsettled to me. Does it seem off to you? Like we're on a weird vibration. And they say that's what happens before we become enlightened to a whole new chapter and a whole new level. So I am holding on to and affirming that idea between the news, the social media, or listening to conversations. It can seem like everything's like a bit haywire, a bit crazy. There's a kind of tension in the air, a restlessness going on around us. A kind of something we really can't actually name it, but we feel it, we know it. And we go to church and we give you all these little tools and principles to use that we can work through this. Just hang on. Prayer will make it better. And what often follows is this subtle pressure to take sides, to choose this or that, to defend or divide, to separate. I am no longer one of you. I am no longer your family. You're no longer my sister. You're no longer my brother. We see it in politics. We see it in families. And yes, even in churches. Perhaps that's the very place that we least expect it. It's the place we know we're going to use Catherine Ponder's idea of the wellspring of love, no matter what. And when we see it here, it can especially feel tender. Because we come to a spiritual community for peace, for connection, for truth, for learning. To follow Charles and Myrtle Fillmore's principles of how do we show up in life? How do we take action? How do we pray and meditate? So when something feels stirred in our church, it can catch us off guard. But is it really so surprising? I mean, isn't that what people say? Well, churches have done that for years. Oh, they talk, they chatter. It's just part of the church experience. Maybe because we probably are a family of ways. We're a spiritual family. And like any family, Anybody have a family that's never had a cross situation, a challenge, two people thinking differently? You might have had one of those this morning before you came here even. I could have. Somebody runs late or this happens. But instead I chose a higher place of love and compassion and empathy and said, you know what? Divine order will get me there in the perfect time. And like any family, the things that are unhealed don't disappear. They stay with us until we are willing to bring them up and face them again. And here's the truth. A spiritual community is one of the most powerful places for healing to occur. Reverend Jackie Fernandez says it's nothing but a spiritual hospital. And I love that because it's true. We're all coming to heal in some way, shape, or form. And if you're not, welcome here, Jesus. It's where we come to feel safe until something gets stirred up. And when that happens, we are given an opportunity, not a punishment. Because we are here to heal. In fact, Unity was founded on healing. When Myrtle Fillmore was told she had an incurable illness and would not live to see 40, she made a different choice. She turned inward. She began to listen to herself differently. She began to speak to her body in a new way. She took responsibility, not blame or shame to her doctor, but for her body and her mind and her spirit, she took responsibility. And through prayer and affirmation and deep spiritual inner work, she healed herself of tuberculosis and lived a vibrant life all the way into her 80s. That is our legacy, not avoidance, not denial. It's transformation. It's transformation. So whatever is stirring you right now, whatever feels uncomfortable, painful, or even overwhelming, what if it didn't come to you, but instead came for you? That's a hard one to swallow. Eric Butterworth said, "It came for me, not to me." Now, I know when you're in the middle of it, it can feel like a stretch to have to think outside that box. Because when someone hurts, it feels real. It feels personal. It feels immediate. But from a spiritual perspective, something deeper is happening. Transformation is on its way of some sort. And that transformation you can be happy with or not. But I promise you faithfully, divine order doesn't care what you think. In Unity, we call this chemicalization. It's a term described by H. Emily Cady in Lessons of Truth, and it happens when two opposing beliefs have a collision inside of our body. I remember the day I had my chemicalization. I was at Unity Village in the motel. And I realized that all the stuff my grandmother had told me likely was from a Bible that was written by a man. And my teacher, Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselback, just told me. He said, I said, well, if I don't believe in an outside God there, then I'm an atheist. That's what he said to me. What do you think? What do you think? And I went back and cried like a baby. I chemicalized all over that poor old room. It was a mess. And that's when they had the motels. And I had a choice. I could have stayed in the nice one, but I wanted to be in that old motel, and I'm glad I did because no one stayed in it since. They closed it down the next week. They really did. I can remember being in there, and it was one of those grandma bed sheets, bedspreads with the flowers and the things all over it. I'm so blessed to have been in that space and chemicalized in a place that was rich in history. I believe there was a vibration in that room that allowed me that space to do that I might not have gotten in a modern hotel, right? There's truth to that. You see, chemicalization is like pouring vinegar with baking soda. Does anybody know what happens when you do that? Woo, it just festers all up, stuff going everywhere, popping, and whoo. Does that sound like a metaphor to you? And when that happens, guess what happens with all that energy? All of our energy goes to that disturbance. Every bit of it goes to that. Because there's a festering up. And I want to be aware of that festering. But there's also a release. A letting go. And then it's finished. And what happens then? We look for someone to blame. We feel anger, frustration, righteousness, hurt. Our emotions rise and fall like waves. A very quick rise and lower. And then we create a story. A story with a problem. And often that problem has a villain in it because somebody's got to be the villain in this story. But what if, when this is all going on, we came from a different space? What if instead we came from curiosity? Instead of asking who's at fault, we ask, what is this here to teach me? What am I open to? If I come to this with love rather than vinegar, what does that look like for me? Because the moment that we ask that question, everything shifts. The moment we come into curiosity and release judgment, we are no longer in reaction. We are in revelation. You see, that's a whole different world to be in. Would you rather revelate or react? Now, all of a sudden, this story has become a classroom, a place for learning, for growing, and every experience becomes a teacher. We begin to ask, when have I felt this before? What within me is ready to be healed? And I'll be honest with you, I've been asking myself those questions a whole lot lately, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. A lot of my life has shifted. Like many of you, I've felt triggered at times. There's times that I'm questioning what's going on. Why did I do what I do? How did this happen? And when I really sit with it and get quiet enough to listen, which is so hard for me to do, thank God for Doreen's Lake that I stare out onto. It's my new Savior. I recognize something familiar. I've felt this feeling before. Anybody ever been in a situation and then all of a sudden that feeling comes up and you're like, God, I hate that feeling. I've been here before. Why am I feeling this again? What is it about me that's not able to grow through that experience instead of go through it with angst bubbling up everywhere? In the men's group, and I got permission for this, Laird has this, he's got always a lot of things to say. That's why I love him. That if I'm not careful, my story might become who I am. Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it? Especially for one of your friends to tell you that. It's easy to pull our emotions from a past experience and project them on to our current experience. And I love what he said. It's harder to change that to which we are accustomed than what we are comfortable with. Whew, that one hit hard. What are we comfortable with? Are we comfortable with carrying on information and a story and a villain? Or were we more comfortable to carry among love in a situation? For me, some of those feelings trace back to earlier moments in my life. Moments of wanting to be seen, fully understood, and sometimes feeling like I missed the mark in someone else's eyes. Still feeling very much that way, like I missed the mark. What is it that I've done that I don't feel like I've accomplished or that I can show up my best Christ self as? Maybe you felt that too, that place where you think, I'm doing my best and somehow it's still not landing the way I'd hoped to. And what I've learned and continue to learn is this. Those moments aren't here to diminish us. They're here to deepen us. Deepen us back into that spiritual space, that spiritual knowing. They invite us back into ourselves, back into truth, back into a place where we remember. I am not defined by the moment. I am defined by the consciousness I choose within it. When I was at my AA group on Friday, one of the gentlemen asked the question about obstacles. What obstacles get in our way of sobriety? What is it that really creates that? And this is the first time I'd been to this group. And it was an LGBT group, and of course my performer achiever didn't want to give too much information out. They might see me as a bad person, right? But on the way home, I really thought about that. What is it? Like, why was alcohol important to me? Why was it, like, why did I make bad decisions on it? What was it that caused that? Like, why did I even drink at all? And I think about when we were growing up, of course, my dad happened to work for Jim Beam. That didn't help a bit, did it? I come from a long line of alcoholism. But what I thought about is, back in our day, my day at least, like, it was nothing. Like, you'd be 17 years old, your mom would say, hell, I'd rather you drink at home than I would out on the road. Anybody's mom ever say that to them? I'd rather you drink in the house than out. Like, things were different then. What is it that was brought into our lives that allow us to create these hurts and wounds? What I've come to know is that nothing is here to shame us. It's coming here to free us. So whatever that situation is, whatever my awakening is, whatever my obstacle is or has been, it's all about how do I find awakening in that? We call it positive reappraisal in psychology. How do I rethink differently about that? And in the midst of everything, I want to remind you of something deeply important. There is so much love in this community. So much. So many of you have been a part of this spiritual family for decades. You've grown together. We've grown together. I've grown a lot since I've been at this church. Supported one another, learned, laughed, played, transformed, and like every family, we've had our challenges. But challenges do not define us. How we love through them, let me say that again, how we love through them is what defines us. Not how good we are at fighting with each other, not how good we are at seeing you differently. And she did that. I'm not going to be no part of that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go talk about that to the next person. But instead of saying, that felt off to me, and I want you to know that I love you. You see the shift? I want to gently invite us, each of us, to remain open to the healing that is possible right now. Some of you may be aware of tensions or concerns within our ministry. Others may be feeling them more deeply. And I want to acknowledge something with compassion and gratitude. Our board has been walking through some very challenging circumstances. They have given many hours of their time, their energy, and their hearts in service, often behind the scenes that you never see. And it's truly hours and hours. Not judgment, not assumption, but love. I've never seen a board, and I've been on many of them, that always steps back into integrity and love. Because love is what will bring us back into alignment, not fighting, not separation, not differentiation. I think about Jesus, our master teacher, who gave us what he called the greatest commandments: to love God with all of our heart, soul, and strength, and to love one another as he loved us. And that path is our path forward. That is our path forward. Through love, we come back to love. We own love. We embody love. We create a wellspring of love. No 1, 2, 3 situations can break the goodness of 110 years of service to people in this community. Not as a concept, but a practice. Not as a feeling, but a way of being. Because the truth is, you are here because you have felt loved here. I know I have, in so many ways. You belong here. You are welcome here. You are accepted here. And I want to share something from my heart. I love this ministry. I may not have been here as long as many of you have, but I deeply love this community. And like all of us, I am growing. I am growing. I am growing. I've made mistakes, and I can promise you this, I will make more. It is a given thing. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And if there's anybody here that believes they are elevated beyond that, please come forward and finish the rest of my talk. I'm learning, I'm listening, and I'm becoming. I am learning to trust my inner voice more and more every time that I wake up in bed. I'm learning to lead with greater wisdom. And I'm learning to trust this community as we grow together. Because I know this, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be today, or I wouldn't have drove here. And so are you. In Unity, we speak of the 12 powers as taught to us by Charles Fillmore, of divine capacities available within each one of us. And today I'm calling forth 2 of them. We've had lots of work on the 12 powers. Today I'm calling forth love and strength. Love and strength. Love opens the heart. It reminds us of our oneness. It connects us all to life. Strength gives us the endurance. It gives us courage. It gives us spiritual stamina to live that love, especially when it's not easy. And when love and strength come together, we become unstoppable in spirit. We become that one force that goes out and reckons in the world that says, hey, I want to be like them. That's what draws people to this church. Madison's doing an incredible job marketing. But what they have to feel is a vibration and energy, a wellspring of love flowing out into their vibrational level when they come to this church. That's why they come back. It's not because of my message. It's because of you. We no longer react from fear. We respond from truth. We no longer divide, we unify. So my prayer for each of us and for this beloved community is that we truly grow through what we go through. That in every moment of discomfort, we ask, how is this here to bless me right now? How is this here to make my life different? Because if something is showing up in your life, it's ready to be transformed. It's ready to be loved. It's ready to be healed. It's been happening to me all my life and in greater exponential numbers in the last 2.5 years since I've been at this church. I am never going to be the perfect minister. I'm sorry to break it to you. I have one congregant over here that says, be the most authentic you can. Show up in every way. And I've got another one over here saying, how dare you dress up like John Travolta last Sunday? You think I'm kidding, don't you? You think I'm kidding. That's the diversity of our congregation. And my God, how wonderful is that? How wonderful is that all are welcome at this church. I'm not going to always agree with you, and you're not going to always like what I do. But what I can tell you this, when we come back to that wellspring, when we ask the right questions and come back to a place of oneness, of curiosity, everything shifts. So let us walk this path together with open hearts, with steady strength, with unwavering faith. This is a church of 110 years plus. If you think faith hasn't been the most important part of this through all the challenging times, it has. And so let us grow through this together, because what we grow through, we go to, and what we go to, we grow through. Blessings to you.
All right, most of you all probably know this song, so when we get to that chorus, please join with us. See your brother standing by the road with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed. And if you see your sister falling by the way, just stop and say, you're going the wrong way. You've got to try a little kindness. Yes, show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets. Don't walk around the down and out. Lend a helping hand instead of doubt. And the kindness that you show every day will help someone along their way. You've got to try a little kindness. Yes, show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets. You've got to try a little kindness. Yes, show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets.
Thank you. Yes, and now we're blessed, aren't we? We can hear what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Thank you, Lisa and Janet. You're such a blessing for us. Thank you for coming. All right. We are now ready to open our hearts to the flow of giving and receiving. You may share your gift as the ushers come forward, or you can give it online at unityoflouisville.org by text, by mail, or with a QR code on your bulletin or on the screen. However you choose to give, we are grateful. Let us affirm our prosperity proclamation together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. We affirm these gifts of love and know that they flow in and through Unity of Louisville, blessing the givers and all those who receive. Now it's time for our announcements, and Reverend Bobby will come forward and give those to you.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Committed giving. Todd, that probably won't be today because we have annual meeting, right? So we won't do committed giving today, but that'll come back next week when we have Reverend Dr. Martha Creek in the house, so that's going to be awesome. And then we have, let's see, is Energy Works today? No, yep. Sorry, Ray forgot to send me the announcements, so we're winging this, okay? There's flyers in the back. Are they ready to pick up? Does anybody know the answer to that? Okay, some are. All right, so who's manning that? Do we know? Nope. Okay, so don't pick up the flyers unless they're yours. Okay. They're not gifts, okay? The annual meeting is today. Afterwards, we're going to take a 10-minute recess, and then anybody that wants to be a part of that, please come back in. It's going to be very fun, and then we're going to also vote for our new board members. So please be a part of that. Martha Creek, as I said, will be here on the 26th for her talk, Sacred Responsibility. I'm very, very excited about This Is What Love Looks Like, which is going to be Ramisi, who's over there, and Carrie and Judy. But let's get them excited. Let's give them a round of applause to get them all wound up. Yeah, that'll be so beautiful having them for Mother's Day. I just found out I will not be here. I'm going to be at a church in Kansas City that day, but I know they will do amazing jobs for that. Spring Unitreat is on May 8th through 10th. The men's retreat, if you are not in our men's group, that is a week from Friday. Don't miss this opportunity. It is a revelating experience to go there. So if you know someone, they don't have to be in this church, that want to be a part of that, we have a few spaces left for that, and you're not going to want to miss that. Aaron English is going to be our person doing our music while we're there. He's even doing a concert for the nuns and us, so it's going to be fun. That's April 30th through May 2nd. There's a Pride Night coming up May 29th with Racing Louisville. I believe that's a soccer thing, and last year there was 300, and the goal is 500 LGBTQ and allies for this, so that'll be fun. And then the Alan Shearer Gala. Yes, that's coming up. So don't forget to purchase your tables. You can do that online at unityoflouisville.org. Did I miss anything? Thank you for following that, Michael. Did we have people online, Michael? Yep, I don't see them. All right. What's that? Thank you. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, look, I'm trying to talk to my phone now. Breaker 19. Anybody remember those Breaker 19? That's a big 1040. My dad was a truck driver, so we knew that. His handle was Cigar Man. And my grandmother was Waterworks because she cried all the time. All right, so that's too much information. Christian Don Carver, I just found out you all this morning when I was scrolling TikTok. Went to your website and kept hearing I needed to come there. This was the best I could do for today. Awesome. But wow, I'm so glad I found this space. I feel beyond blessed My heart literally is overflowing. Thank you for posting on TikTok, and please keep sharing so others can find this beautiful space. Beautiful. Faith Hoover says, love when you are all special music, so special. Love how the world changes. Bonnie Boland says, blessings to all. Karen Gum from sunny California says, good morning, glad to be there. And Colleen Muss says, good morning from Chicagoland. Bright sunshine here too. Thank you. I love sharing those.
Now it's time for us to bless our children. We turn our hearts to the youth program, affirming that they are learning and growing and shining as living examples of the unity principles. Let us bless them now. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ light that you are. Let us stand for the prayer for protection if you would like. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. Now let us join in a circle around the church and sing our peace song. When you return to your seats, please be sure to collect all of your belongings and any trash that you may have there. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy as well. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Namaste, y'all.
Next time you're here, just so you know, usually you're welcome to go sit down during the talk, so you're not stuck here.
I was going to, but they didn't.